Hello guys, we are actually surviving and the team is out here in the jungle. They found themselves here. Things have been thick and survival is a word that's in everybody's lips. And so we thought it wise to actually bring to you this very important thing: survival. It's all about preservation of life. The things we undertake, my good friend, to actually make sure that life goes on. Situations are hard, things are thick. You have guys limping their way into, but this guy has had it all, man. His life has been horrendous. Strong people who are actually living as survivors. And Bonaya, my big man, is one of those guys. And so survival, ladies and gentlemen, is something that has found itself on this platform at Byron Adera. The BA challenge has been at it for the longest. And you can always find us on this platform, Byron Adera Thoughts and Insights. And survival is a big one. Why? Because life as it is has just got to go on. And so these great ladies and gentlemen are partaking of serious stuff, which ideally is in tune with just that. And so the survival thing is an acronym, and so that it's easy for you and it's on your face, it's in your ears, it has a toehold in your brain. You can find yourself trapped somewhere and with no hope for living the next second or the next minute. And so if you armed yourself with these basic skills, chances are you'll get to live not comfortably, not most comfortably, but in a way that life can actually keep going on. In a way that is promising hope to get back to the normal life. And so my big man, we said survival is basically that good mnemonic, an acronym for that matter. And so it's made easier for people to understand. And so we start with the S part of it, which is...
The S part of it is being successful and being smart.
Yes.
And I'm grateful we have smart people.
Yes.
We have successful people.
Yes.
We have people who are from the special forces.
Yes.
Who are very, very energetic and have the enthusiasm. So it's something that we are learning.
Yeah.
And we are very much excited.
Perfect.
These opportunities. It's a wonderful opportunity.
Yes.
Everyone is learning.
Yeah.
We have a new team. We have a fantastic team.
Yes.
And we are looking forward for more opportunities like this.
Perfect.
So the most important thing is being successful, being smart, being simple.
Yeah.
Because in situations of these, we have to be very simple.
Yes.
So that we can be able to survive.
You make use of whatever is available, because you never know. No one walks prepared and having everything in their hands, right?
Exactly, Byron.
Perfect. Yeah. So we have sized up the situation. So I mean, the great man here has asked everybody, and they contribute into it, and they say, here, I bring this to the fore. I bring this as part of what we have that can help us to move to the next level. Yes. I got this token in terms of, I don't know if I had the 100 shillings that you gave me.
Yes.
You loaned, and as you can see, a group medic. Oh, yes, that's a group medic. Yeah, she's been put in a 3/4 position. Oh, she's fed some food.
Yes.
Whoa. A caring group. So that is basically just understanding what we are dealing with, so sizing the situation.
Exactly.
And which takes us to the next level. And you intimated to that, which is making use of the locally available stuff. So improvisation being key to success. What's going here? And success is key. And part of that improvisation is basically to hit those special skills that you actually need in order to survive, which is part of what we've done here. Bit of shelter.
Correct.
I see some fires being lit. Possibly these guys are getting us some good food or something going for us.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
most likely.
Hopefully it's gonna be a very edible jungle.
Yes, experience.
Or we cook one of our own.
We could.
Okay. Amazing.
Yes.
Yes, and as we have realized, and as you've seen it firsthand, survival is some serious business, and it's a skill that's absolutely essential for life. And so, yes.
Survival always predicates.
Yes.
And undue haste leads to waste.
Wow. There you have it. So undue haste will lead to waste. And our big man, Mr. Pastoriz has gone to sleep. Basically, as you can see, locally available stuff, and this is enough room for many people. I can pretty much share this warm bed with you.
Yes.
Okay?
Welcome back.
Yeah, cool. And wow, as survival predicates, as you said, if you don't effectively prepare to enjoy what the nature brings, and nature will always provide some of these basic things in abundance, as long as you are able to actually just lockstep with the right mindset. That mental strength that we just talked about in terms of sizing the situation effectively is absolutely essential to actually drive you and provide the fuel to drive you to the next level. If you rush it, the whole bit will be, the sum total of the net effect of, rushing things is that you'd panic. And when panic sets in, mistakes happen, right? And when mistakes happen, leads to more panic. And more panic. So it's always a downward spiral. And which definitely goes against the whole essence of survival, because it's about building those essentials to preserve life and get life to the next level. And you can clearly now see how crazy. I'm pretty certain you've never found yourself in such an environment, have you?
Not quite.
Yes.
This was the first time.
Are you enjoying it?
I am. I am.
Absolutely. And it builds such kind of fresh breath of new character, because after this, for sure, there's some things in life that you look at anew and positively, because essentially life always just calls on us to have that kind of positivity to take ourselves to the next level, and with the people that are around us. Survival is just that, essentials that take you to lockstep with life and to drive to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, undue haste will lead to haste. And it's not just in survival, it's in all those things in life that, if you are to carry out the business of life in a manner that will take you to the next level, then, as we said, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Oh, my man.
Yes, man.
Here we are.
Yeah, once again.
Here we are.
Yeah, sure.
So what goes on?
Always comes around.
Perfect, man. So what happens here with the regards to our survival?
Okay, now we are dealing with the letter R.
Yeah.
Basically, remembering where you are.
Perfect.
Remember always these situations
Yes.
only come as an emergency.
Yes.
Maybe you have a broken car along the highway.
Yeah.
Maybe you are hiking.
Yes.
And you've lost your waypoints.
Yes.
And you've lost your direction.
Yeah.
So there are emergency situations.
Yes.
But the most important thing is always remember where you are.
Yes.
Okay. Whether you are in a jungle,
Yeah.
and the characteristics of the jungle,
Yeah.
or whether you are in a desert condition, whether you are in an arid situation.
Yes.
Currently, we are in a jungle setup,
Yeah.
as you can see.
Yeah.
It's the temperatures are dipping. That's why the first and foremost thing that we considered
Yeah.
was to have the fire and the shelter
And the
behind
shelter.
us. Okay. So basically, keeping yourself reminded of where you are,
Yeah. Is essential.
actually is essential.
Yeah.
And it gives you the inertia to make the rightful decisions.
Yes.
And remember, this is not your permanent home. This is just an ad hoc situation.
Yes.
That after this,
Yes.
you have to get to somewhere where you can get help actually.
True.
So, but for you to get there, you
have
must
to take care of where you are
right now.
right now.
Yeah, you have to survive.
Amazing.
So always have it in mind.
Yes.
That always remember, where am I?
Yes.
Where am I? What am I going to do after this? What am I going to do to get to where I want to be?
Yes.
So always remember where you are.
It is a baseline. Ladies and gentlemen, as you have just heard, it is essential for life in general. Any contemporary living out there, remembering where you are and the conditions and the situations around where you are is essential as a baseline, as a foundation to actually get you to the next level. It's that simple, but it becomes absolutely difficult if you cannot get that brief right. You get the brief wrong, you get to a wrong destination.
Yeah, sure.
You are navigating with a broken compass. My good friend and comrade, Mulamamba, Babuya. Wow, amazing stuff right there. Remember where you are.
And you can feel we are warm.
Man, we warm.
And
Do we
the
just
smoke is chasing away all the insects around us.
we just stay here forever?
No, we have to plan our exit.
And so remember where you are. That's a serious one in terms of survival, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, and so the V part of it, Victor, V part of it is vanquish fear. Vanquish fear. And this does not only call upon us to be the most fearsome of warriors. Life sometimes doesn't just require that. Unless you are within this trade that really needs you to be a top 1% of the most courageous of people, probably that extreme warrior like ourselves. But vanquishing fear is just to wed yourself to the great virtues of boldness. They say boldness is that which will provide a bridge between your visions to your victories. And so in any survival situation, you'd need to essentially be bold enough to make those essential decisions that will be courageous in the face of adversity. And a survival situation, be it a broken car in the middle of the road, and you are in an environment that is inviting all sorts of panicky situations, you'd need that essential boldness to actually fuel you to get to the next level. And so it could be an adverse environment. It could be like the guys in the 1972, 12th of December, was it? 1972, 13th of December, of October, 1972, where the Uruguayan flight, the ill-fated Flight 571, or what became the Miracle Flight 571, that went down in the Andes Mountains when it left Montenegro and Uruguay and headed to Santiago, Chile. And this flight was carrying, the rugby football club members that were pretty much headed for a game in Santiago. And the ill-fated, accident did actually happen in the remotest part of the Andes Mountains. And sad story is that the members of that team, the survivors, basically kept alive by eating their dead mates. Sad story, true story. So if you are to think and contextualize what survival is and how serious it can get, then it is just that. And so we are invited to actually marry with these relevant and very important skills that you need to actually move you to the next level. So it can only happen if you vanquish fear and you marry with enough boldness to actually carry out those decisions that will make life preserved and take it to the next level. I'm warm enough. I've been courageous enough. I've been bold enough. I've taken the necessary steps to actually survive in this environment and get to the next level. Guys, and so what's going on here?
Well, when you find yourself in a situation like this, you have to remember improvisation is a key to success. Nature has everything you need to be able to survive within it. So you can see Byron here has got a stick and he's had his survival knife.
It's not a stick anymore, this is my spear.
Yes.
Hopefully it's gonna be enough to hunt as a prime, deer or something. I don't know which kind of animals, but part of sizing up the situation, as we've been told by Daniel, is we've got to actually know whatever is local available here. So the type of game that's gonna, because you got to survive, you got to live. And I can see, fire was lit here.
Yes. So
maybe by the skills that.
Look at this fire. This is all improvisation. The overhead bushes, the dry twigs have been put here, and we've put out light. We had some small 2 twigs. We've put on a light, and we've been able to make a fire. As you can see, with a little bit of the food we've carried.
Yeah, so we have a promise for warm food. So tonight, as we're spending the night in this jungle, we have some promise for
food for
warm food.
And
the weather is
enough for all of us.
yes,
Improvisation
is key to success. And so, ladies and gentlemen out there, soft life is something that you got to actually quickly get out of your mental is it faculties?
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, you got to really get out of your comfort zones to actually understand that part of what you need to really lockstep with is that improvisation is going to be the only tool that's going to take you to the next level. A spear can pretty much be built out of that kitchen knife or that, whatever you're using to pretty much just protect yourself in terms of what you have in your car. Attach it to something like this and quickly you have a spear that you can pretty much use for, hunting game or trapping some animals, or basically slaughtering and putting them over fire to get yourself that barbecue. I'm thinking that,
this is rope.
yeah, absolutely.
Ropes that
And we just got ourselves shelter out of the local material that it's in abundance here and provides you with that little bit of comfort that is very essential to take life to the next level. And so let's see what's going on here. Value life, and valuing life actually just means that you're doing all those things that are important to the preservation of that life, and that's going to be providing hope for the next level. As we can clearly see, my good friend, what's going on?
I'm good.
Yes.
Yes.
Valuing life. In this sense, what are we thinking about?
I mean, being a survivor,
Yeah.
I'm lucky enough
Yes.
to feel that being at this situation, I
Yes.
can't give up.
True.
I'm able to pray,
Yeah.
pray for my colleagues here,
Yes.
my fellow survivors.
Yes.
I can still feed.
True.
Yes, I can afford this shelter under my roof.
Yes.
And I feel lucky. So
Yes.
I feel my life is great. It's moving on too. It doesn't stop at that.
Perfect. And so it ideally just underscores that as long as you still find that breath in you, you are able to feed, you are able to find some basic comfort in terms of that, in terms of just this shelter. And you are able to think about your loved ones, you're able to think about those positive things in life. That in itself is a very powerful tool that's going to drive you to the next level. And it can be as basic as just what you just said here, but you're finding so much comfort in this very, basic stuff. You got some fire that we just made with abundant, material and wood, and which forms part of the fuel. You are able to have a roof over your head. Quite a number of guys don't have this out there, right? And that's enough to actually make you have that comfort in discomfort, as we say in our special forces, and that is essential. So I find it absolutely, empowering to see how much you have shifted from, a very comfortable life in the, urban life, let's say, to just this very basic one, but just because of that extra feel and understanding in terms of just the mental setup to agree that you can get to such a situation and then still appreciate that life has to go on by valuing life, it's a powerful thing. Cheers. Act like the locals. We've had food, we've survived, we've gotten shelter, we've built fire. Guys have been so comfortable to a point where they're now acting like the locals, and the locals here eat what they call githeri. And
But this one is not eating the
what are you eating? This must be an edible plant.
Yeah, it's so sweet and tasty.
Amazing. And so, ladies and gentlemen, part of acting like the locals ideally mean that you, as they say, when you go to Rome, you do what the Romans do. And Iron Man, I know the veggies were amazing, but you can pretty much help yourself to some of this food, man. It's important for the business of, that essential fuel that takes you to the next level. Perfect. That, again, will form part of what you'd need. I mean, we want to go out to ensnare animals because food is essential to take you to the next level, and water is essential. Some of these succulent plants will give you more than enough that you'd need, because again, if you are to preserve your energy, you don't want to take a lot of arduous exercises that will deplete the same. You want to preserve energy, you need to preserve the little bit of water in your body reservoirs. And so, acting like the locals, as you can see. And the locals is not just the people, the natives that you find there, the animals. Look at the behavior of the animals that are in that locale. We'll probably give you quite some vital lessons as to where they're actually getting essentials, food, water, and all the rest of it. And so, ladies and gentlemen, survival will mean just that, preservation of life. So everything that you go to do, and as they say, when you go to Rome, you do what the Romans do. Spoons have been made out of barks of trees like this, and have been very, useful in terms of, just getting us to feed in a way that is a hygienic one, and in a way that is also very comfortable at the end of the day. Act like the locals. Okay, so Kate, survival has taught us a lot, straight from sizing up the situation and due haste will lead to waste, remembering where we are, all the way to your names first later, and that is learning the basics, guys, learning basic skills. Yes. What have you learned here, Kate, for today?
what I've learned from today,
Yes.
it's all about teamwork.
Yes.
All this could not have happened
Yes.
if there was no teamwork.
True.
We are all gifted in many ways.
Yes.
Some are good at something, some are not good at something,
Yes.
but we have to respect each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we respect each other so that we can survive
We come as a team.
as a team.
Yes.
So if we don't respect each other, from the start, we had to share duties.
Yes.
So some are good at this, some are good at that.
Yes.
So we had to share all that
Yes.
so that we can survive.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Amazing stuff. I've seen cool guys get down to business and do stuff. And that's exactly what survival calls on us to actually do. Learning basic skills. And some of those basic skills are actually really, really basic. But of course, I know for certain that, of course, one man's meat is another man's poison, figuratively speaking. It can just be as basic as lighting fire, but this can be absolutely alien to someone else. They're just used to the modern ways of doing business. But as you can see, that's such a serious and a powerful tool in survival. Fire, basic one, but a very powerful one, because when the weather is adverse, when it's absolutely cold at night, that in itself, when you lose so much body temperature, in a very short while, you can actually go into a situation where, yes, absolutely. Apart from just that panic, it's the health, adverse health effects, or just, being frostbitten or just losing body temperature so that fire is one of those basic skills that are absolutely amazing. But as we are saying, the most basic prioritized parts of, survival could pretty much be what the ladies and gentlemen here, build for themselves. So after just stopping, the stopping, the planning, the observation, and then basically just going into the whole bit of sizing up the situation well, very important. And then you go into attending to yourself in terms of basic, first aid. Yeah. If you have been hurt in a way or another, just check yourselves out, look at your conditions, because that's very, very vital. So that as you undertake the other processes, where everybody's at in terms of just their health, okay? And of course, going into, the other angles of, building fire, as we have said, looking for food, water, because those are the things that will sustain life in general. Signaling is very important, because as we said, you're not going to be living here forever. You're looking at alleviating worse sufferings, and then getting yourself out of the situations that you're surviving. You don't want to survive forever. So signaling, looking for help. If you're able to reach guys who are, out of this situation, to come in for aid or just get yourself out of the situation is very, very important. So signaling is one of those things, as we have realized in terms of survival. So looking out of this situation for, where you're surviving and wanting to actually make the situation better by, either connecting your family and all those things that are. So survival, as we've seen, ladies and gentlemen, is absolutely vital. It's basically the preservation of life and making it better and being hopeful that there can always be a better day tomorrow. So the things we've done today are pretty basic in life. And so we've survived long enough, ladies and gentlemen. We've outlived our time in the jungle, and the things have happened. The fires are out. Our shelters can actually form part of shelter for generations to come, or ourselves with the next teams that are going to be here to actually do this. And so we call it a day, ladies and gentlemen. And so let's go, guys. Here. If you follow me, you are safe. Stinging nettles. Amazing stuff. Water, food, forms part of what's very essential in any survival scenario, because you actually need food, you actually need fresh water. And this comes from God knows where. And that's part of why we also need to take care of our environment. Look, this environment is now taking care of us because this provides very fresh water. You can pretty much drink from it, straight from this. And someone did improvise a tap right here. Very cold, very fresh. Very cold, very fresh. Absolutely.